the last video for fun facts and bad habits of your zodiac sign, or of the zodiac sign, because it may not necessarily resonate with you in particular, because we have more than one sign that we're deeply connected to. We have our rising sign, we have our sun sign, we have our moon sign. Anyways, I did the fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sag. I did the earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I did the air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And now in this video, I'm going to be doing the water signs. Get ready for it. Nobody is safe. Last but not least is the water signs. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. These signs, generally speaking, have a bad habit of bringing rational and logical thought from the emotions and feelings. So, like, extracting the emotions and feelings into a logical way, understanding their emotions and feelings in a logical and practical way, like making use of their emotions and feelings in a way that's going to be beneficial. So starting with Cancer's bad habit is basically they just are very, like, not nitpicky like Virgos, but they could be like crybabies when they're not getting their way. And they express this a lot of times through just throwing vibes. And the thing is, Cancer is a very, like, powerful sign. So it's like once that energy enters a space, it's like everybody could feel it, and they feel the need to kind of like fix it, because for some reason it gives off that energy like, oh, well, we better do something because she cooked my food. Like it's like weird like that. Even if she doesn't cook the food, that's like the vibe that comes off from it. It's like when they're unhappy, it's like it kind of causes a problem for some reason. But in general, like, Cancer's main bad habit is just they can utilize their power in a way that can just be destructive to others. And it could just cause things to be like malfunction. Like everybody could just be having a good time, and like you could just have a bad habit of like ruining other people's enjoyment with your own moodiness and your own issues. Like Cancers could have a really bad habit of that. And like I said, they could just complain too much. Like they could just be moody and allow that moodiness to disrupt their own thought processing. And it could just be extreme. Like it could be like something small, and it's just like for some reason the expression of this energy could just be very, very extreme. They could complain too much based upon things that are just very idealistic and nothing that's really that important. So it's important for Cancers to learn to be more considerate of other people's ideals too, and not just get so emotionally reactive about things just based upon your preferences and your ideals of how you feel like things should be, you know? So that's like one of Cancer's main bad habits, is being overly complaining and always feeling the need to have to like express it in a very like passive aggressive way, and being overly emotional and whiny. You know what I'm saying? Just whiny. Like go sing a song and shut up. Like you know what I'm saying? Go sing. Like or go write a poem or something and release your emotions and feelings in a way that's going to actually like bring pleasure into the world, possibly, or like something that's going like in a way that's actually going to be like beneficial, rather than causing problems for other people. Like that's their bad habit, is like their emotions and feelings could cause issues for other people where it didn't need to be that way in the first place. Because then it's going to come back karmically and bite your ass. Like you're going to have too much limitations and stuff because of you not being able to control like your own emotions and feelings. And just like they get a bad habit of not being like comfortable coming out of their comfort zones, so then they can just be awkward, maybe in like spaces and places in which they feel a sense of unfamiliarity. So Scorpios mainly have a bad habit of depending too much on others. Like for some reason, a lot of times Scorpios, they have like a limit towards the things that they have, like resource wise or like informationally speaking. It could be for any reason. It could literally be like they were born a certain way, in which impacts the way that they are processing information or something. But it can also be that they're always under the flipping influence of substances, so they can't read or something like that. Now this, again, this doesn't apply to all Scorpios, but I'm saying in some way, shape, or form, either A, Scorpios depend way too much on others for information and resource, or B, Scorpios seek others to be overly dependent on them for this type of information, or for information and resource, to the point that they manipulate others, like, and that would be their bad habit, is like they know that people depend on them, so they like tend to be like manipulative as a result, or they depend too much on others to the point that they become manipulative. Like they may actually like play dumb just because it's like just because of laziness and just like wanting to depend on others. It's like a weird energy about Scorpios. Like they just have like limits, and it's like so simple, just like read the fine print, but it's like there's something usually like wrong. Like I don't know what it is. It's like maybe they just, it's like, because you know what it is, Scorpios a lot of time, they come in this lifetime, their energy is focused upon other people's value. Whereas like Taurus is the opposite. They're focused upon their own sense of value. Scorpios want to know how this is going to add value to me, how that person is going to add value to me. Like they want to know about everything else's value. A lot of the time this causes them to have to depend like far too much on others, and then when others can't really like help them or something like that, they could be very conniving and manipulative, because they just like kind of can expect something to be theirs. Like a lot of times, similar to Sagittarius, is Scorpios could be very self-righteous, could think that things are owed to them and stuff, like that something's a shared value. Like so they'll become friends with somebody just for something that they have, and then they feel like, you know, because they have it, it's mine too. It's like weird. It's like weird self-righteousness. Like no, like just because I have it doesn't mean that you have it too. Like you and I are two different people. You know, it's like a weird energy. They have to make sure that their relationships are being formed from like true connection. When the relationship starts to turn out to be too much for ulterior motives, the other person, if they're not solely like that, if they're not too scorpionic, like if they're not only in a relationship for the purpose of the ulterior motive, they will start to distance themselves because they can see that the relationship is based upon the ulterior motive. Scorpios will literally pretend to be dumb. Like they'll pretend to not know stuff. And then what happens is they become it. You gotta be careful with the energies that you pretend to be for the purpose of manipulation. Main bad habit of Scorpio energy is manipulation. Too manipulative. To a fault. Like literally pretending to not know, to not understand, to be dumb to the point that you actually manifest it. Because when you escape an energy for so long, like something like intelligence or being like active in the world, mentally active, like if you keep escaping that, you're degrading your intelligence. So you actually cause yourself to really become dumb. Like I'm not trying to be funny, like that's like a really bad habit of Scorpios. They could just be very mentally lazy to the point that they cause themselves to be dumb. And a lot of times they're not dumb, they're just being manipulative, like trying to act like they don't know what you're trying to say or something. You know what I'm trying to say. Like, don't do that. It's like weird. Now you're dumb. Like just to be manipulative, now you actually really are dumb. Like it's like weird. And I'm not trying to be mean. I'm literally just explaining this is a bad habitual pattern of the energy of Scorpio, pretending to be dumb. But as soon as they see a cue or a signal for something that they want, these people very smart. Okay, they switch up. And that shit is a bad habit. People see that, they're like, whoa, this didn't know how to speak a flick of Spanish. Now all of a sudden she knew all the words for this particular situation. Like it's weird. But yeah, and you know, a bad habit of not being mentally available too, thus having to depend on others, it causes you to get into situations where you're being lied to or manipulated. And that's what you fear, is being lied to and being manipulated and not knowing, to the point that you cause that situation. For example, Scorpios are the type of people to literally speak English, move into an environment that's all Spanish speaking, then depend on someone they don't even like or something like that to constantly translate information for them. Meanwhile, this person is not even translating the information properly half of the time. So you're being completely lied to and manipulated the whole entire time. Like, because you don't want to be like mentally available to actually learn the language. You only moved over there because someone knows somebody that could hook you up with something. It's like stupid. It's like they do things to the extreme for the network. And then it's like they can get into bad habits. Scorpios also have a tendency of using coded language too much, like in inappropriate environments. Like when you're with your friends or the people that you have that shared value of code language with, that's one thing. But just like openly using it in public for people to place like improper judgment and stuff is like a problem, and it's a bad habit. Like Scorpios do it all the time. Some of them do it on purpose to manipulate the way you're being perceived. Others just do it because they just have a bad habit of not using their brain, like their mental skills to know when it's appropriate to like say certain things, you know? So it's like little things like, you know, you're out with like family and stuff and you decide to invite your Scorpio friend to go out with you and your family, and they just randomly say like, oh yeah, because you know we got that slippery dippery. Nobody knows what slippery dippery is. Like you really could have been speaking about some inside joke from when you guys got like some sort of ice cream and something funny happened and you guys named it slippery dippery, or maybe like something to do with the beach. Nobody knows but you and that person. It just brings about suspicion. So another mean bad habit of Scorpio is just being suspicious. Pisces. Pisces have a bad habit of escapism. Like Pisces will straight up like just say goodbye to themselves. Like spiritually speaking, mentally and emotionally speaking, just be like, bye bye. Like I'm not happy with my state of mind today, so peace. And just like go to sleep and just wake up a completely different being. Start talking different, looking different, different intentions and motives, taking on the emotions and feelings of others better than that person knows themselves. It's like weird. It's like, I didn't know I felt this way. Like you start to reflect the stuff that other people weren't ever in touch with. So a lot of times Pisces could just completely take on the emotions and feelings of another person, place, or a situation. And sometimes they have no business doing that. And it's a bad habit. Sometimes they just do it just to escape their own problems. How dare you jump into the problems of someone else without addressing your own? It doesn't make sense. Nobody wants that. Like, not everybody wants that. Some people don't mind it. I personally see it and I'm just like, I'm disinterested. You don't look like you got yourself together. That habit of just completely detaching from their own emotional stance and just taking on the emotional stance, the emotional state of another person or a group that they don't belong to. So it's like really important for Pisces to be connected to their own true purpose and not get so disrupted by other people, places, and things. So being that we know like the main bad habit of Pisces is stuff like escapism, it's more about like the way that the escapism is. So if a Pisces constantly escapes through like drugs and alcohol, like escapism, this is like a really bad habit. But it's still a bad habit too when you're just like in la la land. Like as a child, like growing up and being in class, I used to just completely tune everything out and just like I used to be gone. Like just I don't know what used to happen. I used to just be spacing out. And like it's a bad habit because I miss out on information that the teacher said and stuff and I don't know what's going on or something like that. Eventually, as I got older, I started to be able to because I'm a Pisces, by the way. A sober Pisces, by the way. I need to mention it because people like to look for something to be wrong to complain about or talk about. Nope, I'm a high functioning Pisces. I used to be able to like almost like pay attention without paying attention, but it took a long time. But that's besides the point. The main point is that Pisces' bad habit is escapism. Other ways this is done is like oversleeping, like just like deciding to take off for a day and just sleep and then literally like wake up, a bunch of people were trying to reach you, you didn't pay your bills. Like Pisces will just escape everyday life, have extreme passive aggressive behaviors, and it reflects through escapism. They can just express themselves in a way in which people don't think that they're mentally okay because they're escaping. They escape themselves, similar to Sagittarius will escape their own like emotions and feelings. The difference though is that Pisces does it in a way like where you kind of feel sorry for them, like you kind of know something's wrong. Sagittarius is, they need to always feel a sense of elevation. Sagittarius, it's a fire signs, they like to be elevated. They have problems with lower states of emotions and feelings. Pisces, they don't have a problem with low emotions and feelings. So what happens is they escape their emotions and feelings, but it's in a way where it's still expressed, so it's still blended in. Like, so it's like it comes off weird because it could be something where it's like somebody's like, yo, like your food is burning, and then Pisces is like, he's like, huh? Let it burn. Like it's like weird. It's like, yo, are you good? And it's just like, no, they escaped. Like the Pisces, they escaped. They haven't really registered the information yet. Why? Who knows? Some of those goddamn Pisces took too much goddamn drugs to the point that they don't have a fight. Their fight or flight mode is not on at all. Some Pisces are just meditating too much. They're like too much in a meditative state to the point that they are in extreme namaste type of vibration, extreme peaceful vibes, extreme tranquility to the point that they're not registering that they need to take action in something. They have like extreme habits and extreme escapism as a main bad habit, but it's also a gift that they have. It's a gift when you're utilizing this to help others. This just means that you're an extreme empath and you naturally escape the emotions and feelings for the benefit of providing like comfort to others. But other Pisces utilize this gift for negative, selfish intention, like wanting to escape their own problems and not dealing with a situation and wanting to feel a fake sense of relief and confidence through not dealing with their situation and pretending to be someone else or pretending to have some sort of skill and gift, right? Just to escape their own problems. Those are the bad habits of the zodiac signs. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you have, please like, comment, share, subscribe. Blessings, light, and love to everyone. Peace out.